I am extremely happy of this Congress here in Abu Dhabi. It is a meeting point of all professionals, and everybody meets here to build the future of the roads and the road transport sector. Of course, to thank the Department of Transport here, but also the other authorities who supported this action to have such a tremendous nice Congress.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the opening of the closing. At this week's Congress, we were graced by the presence and contribution from 42 transport ministers, more than a quarter of the top transport decision makers around the world. More than 5,000 total attendees flowed through the doors during our week. Curious visitors from the UAE were inspired, and internationally we have traveled from 144 countries. At the opening ceremony, we learnt of Abu Dhabi's journey from desert to modernity, and a small boy inspired by a leader's vision to deliver the transport systems of today and dreaming far into the future of the technology of tomorrow. More than 100 formal speaking platforms and senior bilateral meetings took place. 7 keynote speakers held us in their thrall with poise, power, and insight. Far more than 500 speakers took platforms across the venue. Public authorities, road agencies, World Health experts, the banking sector, the academic and research world, contractors and concessionaires. Technical sessions delivered the research of 4 years, each speaker backed by the work of usually more than 30 committee members, each of whom had drawn information from many others, and so in sum, presenting the thoughts and recommendations of tens of thousands of PIARC contributors. We had a pivotal first-time focus on gender impacts on transport and disability inclusivity. We had healthy debate in a range of panel discussions covering partnerships, human factors in road safety, boosting BIM implementation and vulnerability assessments. We heard profound technical advances in the areas of designing new assets, operating and maintaining assets, preserving and repairing old assets, pavement materials development, asset management and data capture. I love them all. Strategic direction updates were delivered from the broad range of working groups, showing the importance of transparency, verification, validation, stakeholder engagement, and of course, communication. We delved deep into the detail on 5 special project sessions, showcasing exemplary practice, key learnings, and potential pitfalls. We explored what we're doing well, and indeed what we need still to work on. We faced up to our global obligations to sustainability, anti-corruption, and health and safety. There was a buzz and keen interest across the field of poster presentations with acknowledgement and warnings on the threats and risks of data saturation, governance, funding and finance, and climate change. All week, the exhibition area has been the beating heart of our Congress, with pavilions from 26 countries forming a global community, thoughts and ideas exchanged, business done, each nation's best on proud display. The exhibition stage came to life with a healthy balance of cultural performances, product reveals, independent thought, marketing, and corporate spotlights. And surely this will be known as the Congress of the App. With so much talk of autonomy, we would not have been practicing what we were preaching if we didn't have a digital newspaper and Congress app, with more than 1,500 downloads and thousands of networking actions taking place. Now, for a break, or maybe for homework, 850 people went on technical visits. Some took flight to the airport. Some crossed bridges to the Lafina project. Some stayed under the control of the Traffic Management Center. Others looked into the future in Masdar, and some raced to the Formula One track. All the while, our dear partners enjoyed the sights and sounds of Abu Dhabi and Dubai on our accompanying persons tour. The Congress is very much about facts, figures, and information, but it's also about being human. And during the week, I've heard words around me: networking, inquisitive, smiling, happy, friendly, family, research, questioning, sharing with pride. I've heard the intentions to act on the things that we've learnt. We've all got a professional intent to make the best value of the oldest, the largest, and the best gathering for roads and road transport in the world. From all of the organizing committee in Abu Dhabi, we believe that we have connected cultures and enabled economies. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, after that exciting and impressive start to the closing ceremony, we now move on to the Best Session Awards. To explain more about this, I would now like to welcome to the stage the Technical Director of the World Road Association, Mr. Miguel Caso Flores. Welcome to the stage.
Your Excellencies, dear delegates, dear colleagues, dear friends, it's my pleasure to present you now the awards of the best speaker and the best session of this 26th World Road Congress that you, as delegates of the Congress, have selected. As you know, you could vote, you could rate through the app of the Congress. Almost 1,500 delegates downloaded the app. This means there was much more people who downloaded the app, but only delegates registered to the Congress had voting rights to rate the speakers and the sessions. Thank you very much for that. That's about 40% of the delegates of this Congress, and we believe it has been a very useful tool. You had over 2,000 networking actions. You requested business card, you requested meetings, you exchanged chats, and most importantly, you made over 700 evaluations. And it's based on those evaluations that we will award now the Best Speaker and the Best Session award. I will change into French to present the Best Speaker Award, and that will give you a lead on the nationality of the awardee. Tout d'abord, je voudrais...
So I would like to welcome Mr. Patrick Maljac and Claude Van Houten, Mr. Ahmadi, to join me on stage for this award ceremony. As I underlined, we had many interesting sessions, many interesting presentations, and some speakers were rated 5 out of 5. Sorry. So we had a very difficult task in choosing the best. So the best speaker is a woman who had a 5 out of 5 rating and the most number of votes in her favor, and I am very happy to announce without further ado that Madame Anne-Séverine Popula, who was voted the best speaker of our Congress. Congratulations.
Anne-Séverine,
Anne-Séverine, would you like to join us on stage?
merci beaucoup.
Très bien, nous passons maintenant à la meilleure session et je vais donc passer à l'espagnol, si vous le permettez.
Well, once again, we've...
Non, bien.
Quiere decir que habéis...
Ah, putain.
positively evaluated this Congress, and for this reason, we've had to select all of those that have received stars, that have received most votes. And the winning session was the session on disability-inclusive road transport. Congratulations. And I would now like to ask the organizers of this session to come up onto the stage. Please.
Thank you very much to all of those who rate the sessions, who rate the speakers, and congratulations to the winners. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Caso Flores, for hosting those two awards, highlighting the great work done here this week during all the seminars, technical sessions, and presentations. I would now like to invite to the stage Mr. Patrick Malijak, the Secretary General of the World Road Association, who will present technical conclusions of the Congress. So please join me welcoming Mr. Malijak to the stage.
Assalamu alaikum, Your Excellency, Mr. Chair of the Abu Dhabi Organizing Committee, members of the Council of PIAC, dear delegates, I cannot believe it is already over. The whole world has met in Abu Dhabi for the 26th World Congress. As Secretary General of PIAC, it has been a tremendous pleasure to organize this program. So, what have we achieved? It started with a very comprehensive and structured program with 8 parallel sessions and workshops, 3 ministerial sessions, 7 strategic keynote speeches, 5 strategic direction sessions, 5 special project sessions, 21 technical sessions, 6 posters sessions, 13 foresight sessions, and 13 workshops. It's amazing that we are still alive. As well as many other features, which I will not go through here. What we did together is hold hands for 5 days. We exchanged ideas, we exchanged best practice and projects on disaster management, monitoring, information, urban freight, transportation strategies. Well, there was a lot. Machine-readable roads, electric vehicles, administrators, road safety. There really was a lot. Mitigation, low emissions, positive energy roads, resilience. You can read this. Clearly, as we discussed during the opening ceremony, roads need to find their place in a larger context, in a holistic approach. It would be an act of moral turpitude not to organize a global dialogue between authorities, regulators, citizens, service providers, and all industries and stakeholders. We heard this very often during this week in many, many sessions. As we can see, the needs of the user communities and the expertise of road experts and practitioners are extremely diverse. It is the mission of PIAC to structure this, to share this knowledge in ways that are more readable, accessible, and implementable. This mission is assigned to our 1,200 experts. They were structured into committees and task forces, and they have presented here with you the work that they have accomplished during the last 4 years. They have produced reports, presented their findings, and engaged with all of you. I think that they deserve a round of applause. Let us also thank the authors of the more than 380 papers that were accepted to the Congress and presented in a poster session. The keynote speakers, the organizers of the foresight sessions and workshops, as well as moderators and speakers of those sessions. And I would like to thank our executive committee and president for their vision and leadership. Let me also thank our colleagues at ESL, the conference organizing company, the interpreters, without whom we would not have been able to dialogue as well, and my colleagues of the General Secretariat. You saw them running around, helping moderators, helping speakers. What you did not see, maybe, is that we worked as a team with our committee members and colleagues and partner organizations during 2 years to identify and mobilize speakers, to structure the week so that it would answer your needs. They deserve your appreciation. Thank you. Thank you for your trust and support. And now I call on stage our Deputy Secretary General, Mr. Robin Séby.
Your Excellency, dear members of the Council, dear delegates, ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to introduce you to the 2 next major events that will mark new highlights for our life and for the cycle which opens today. So I would like, first of all, to call onto the stage Mrs. Marie-Claude Petit, first delegate of Canada and the Canadian and Canadian-Quebec delegation, who will introduce you to the main features of our upcoming Winter Maintenance Congress in Calgary 2022. Mrs. Petit.
Your Excellency, distinguished host, colleague, first delegate, I'm very happy to be with you today to talk briefly about Calgary, the next Congress in 2022. Avec moi aujourd'hui, la première déléguée.
With me today, the first delegate from Quebec, Canada, Ms. Anne-Marie Leclerc, who is also honorary president of the association.
Of the Canadian Committee, Organizing Committee, Jean-François Guisel, who's the president of the National Canadian Committee, Bill Bench, who's representing the city of Calgary, and Nadia Lapa, who's the responsible for the organization of the event for Transport Canada. It seems that we were just yesterday here together in this very auditorium to open the Abu Dhabi World Congress, and yet we're here now for the last day preparing to say goodbye. But the good news is that we don't have to wait another 4 years to convene, learn, exchange information with one another. So in February 2022, you are invited to Calgary, Canada. It will be cooler than today here. For sure, that I can guarantee. For a congress that will allow experts from around the world to discuss best practices on topics relevant to winter road, but as well on topic of resilience, a key challenge all countries must face as they work to make the road better and safer. So I won't keep you longer, so I just want to say, see you in Calgary in 2022. Thank you, merci.
Thank you, Mrs. Petit. As life is full of surprises, I call onto the stage our president, Mr. Van Roten, who will present you one of the most improbable things to find in Abu Dhabi, namely a snowflake that reflects the trust PRC has in your capacity to organize a great Winter Road Congress. Well, thank you to our Canadian friends, but things will go on, and as it is a long-established tradition now, we will have our next Congress in 4 years' time, and I would like to introduce this Congress to call to the stage our distinguished Czech visitors, His Excellency Mr. Deputy Minister of Transport Tomáš Čoček from the Czech Republic, Mr. Deputy Mayor of Prague, Mr. Adam Steinherr, and the members of the Czech delegation.
Dear Mr. President, dear Mr. Minister, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to thank and congratulate PRC and especially our host, United Arab Emirates, for this wonderful Congress. For the past 5 days, we have learned about many challenges laying ahead of us in the field of transport. I'm sure that the next Congress will be a great place to see how these amazing expectations will have been fulfilled. I'm proud that the Czech Republic, represented by Ministry of Transport and Czech Road Society, can invite you to the next Congress in 2023. I'm looking forward to see you in 4 years in my beloved city of Prague. Thank you.
Good afternoon, dear Excellencies, dear ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues. Thank you for this wonderful and valuable experience with you this week. As a Deputy Mayor of Prague, I promise you that in next 4 years I will try to start as many as possible new high-tech infrastructure projects, new metro line, new tram lines, new highways, new bridges. So in 4 years, your experience in Prague would be the most valuable also from the technical point of view to be possible for technical visits. Thank you and welcome in Prague in 2023. You have understood that our congresses are a matter of tradition and transmission, and to hand over symbolically the sign of PIARC from Abu Dhabi to Prague, I have the honor to invite to come onto the stage His Excellency Dr. Abdullah Belhaif Al-Nu'ami, the Minister of Infrastructure Development of the United Arab Emirates. Your Excellency.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite you to Prague for the PIARC World Road Congress in 2023. We are happy that the Czech Republic and Prague have been given a chance to organize such significant meeting for experts from another road field. This type of event gives the opportunity for young people to meet with industry leaders. The Czech Road Society works with universities and support the development of young engineers and professionals. In preparation for the Congress, we find a way to make the Congress more attractive to young people. Ladies and gentlemen, Prague is a great place to work, but also to relax. Come gain new knowledge and experience, meet new people, and get inspired. All this will be offered in Prague by the World Road Congress.
Dear colleagues, dear experts and distinguished guests, I would like to use this opportunity as the first delegate of PEARC in the Czech Republic, and I would like to invite you to Prague. Our capital is one of the most beautiful cities in Europe, and we are looking forward to meeting you here. We are ready to prepare a very attractive program for you. A big amount of technical sites as well as an amazing social program. Please come to Prague. We are ready to host you here.
As a chairman of the Czech National Committee to PEARC, it is my great honor to invite you all to the Czech Republic. I am myself deeply and personally interested in this project because back in 1971 it was my father, Jiří Neuwirth, who has helped to organize the Congress in Prague in the then Czechoslovakia. At that time the Congress has been held in the Industrial Palace, in front of which one I am standing right now, and where I would like to invite you for the Congress dinner in 2023. Let me take for this opportunity to entice to come to Prague for a brilliant Congress, delicious food, and the best beer in the world.
Dear colleagues, I am very pleased that World Road Congress in 2023 will be held in Prague, because Slovak Republic strongly supported candidacy of this city And now we have opportunity to participate on preparation and organization of this important professional event. This way, we want to declare extraordinary cooperation between Czech Republic and Slovak Republic, and especially between both of our road associations. I have a great honor to invite you to this Congress, where we would like to provide you our warm hospitality, to present you infrastructure and technology achievements in the road sector, and also present you rich history, culture, and beautiful nature in both of our countries. I am looking forward to meet all of you in the heart of Europe.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are reaching near the end of our closing ceremony, but before everyone leaves, we have two very important presentations remaining. I am delighted to welcome back to the stage for his closing speech of the Congress, PARC President, Mr. Claude Van Roten. Please join me welcoming him to the stage.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, queridos amigos, chers collègues et chers amis, I'm happy. And you don't need now a telephone or an app or a computer, but for the first time, a closing session, can we make an interaction? I am happy, and you? You see pictures behind me that's nicer than my face for so much time. Important is to have some souvenirs of the past days. Also, you may know that we had a meeting of the Executive Committee and the Council, and it were, together with the Congress, extremely important steps for the association. So thank people. I think Jonathan and Patrick did it so good that I don't need to repeat all the thank words. I want to thank you all, because everybody here in this room, but also outside of this room, contributed to the success of this Congress. And the room is pretty full. It's a real pleasure. Within the Congress, for the first time, we assured a very important continuity. Just before the Congress, We saw the old and the new chairs of the technical committees to meet each other before the sessions. And this afternoon, we let them work again, but I want to support that, and I will be there too. We want really to organize that fantastic continuity between the two work cycles. That doesn't mean that we stay on the same line, because we have many new points in our strategic plan. And I will come back about that. Because the future, what is the future? Our strategic plan is based on a permanent ambition, and you will know that text. It's very well known. Unfortunately, the sentence of the adoption is not there, but you will understand now well within the context, of course, of integrated and sustainable transport. This is the key connection line between all the works we are going to do. Don't worry, I won't explain that slide. I hope you cannot read it, and probably I can't anyway. But this slide gives you an idea how we shuffled the whole program between the former cycle and this new cycle beginning today, so that we could organize that fantastic continuity. And at this opportunity, I really want to thank all the members of the Executive Committee and of the Council for their trust in our preparatory work. They did it very well, and thanks to them, now we can hand over that work to the technical committees, the base of our activities. We have 3 key words, 4 strategic teams, 2 major events in the cycle, Calgary and Prague in the next, and 1 single word. 3 key words, quality and value-added outputs. Flexibility, we want to follow the actuality. That's why the Council approved the principles of the strategic plan as mentioned in the statutes, but the details, the fine-tune, they got it, and you will get it also, but it will help to fine-tune each year where we are going to go, because we know that in our world, the changes are extremely quick. Yes, and outreach, of course. We don't want to close our work. We want to bring it more and more, if it's possible, out. And of course, this Congress was an example of that. Don't worry, not the 20 committees, but remember, these are a little bit, as earlier, the basic strategic teams that we are going to conduct, covering or supervising all our activities. You may see the technical committees here. I will go quickly because I don't want to disturb you, and I have always asked the people to keep their speaking time, and I will make it even shorter than what is on the program, my speaking time. So you understand, these are some of them, the old ones, but also new activities, and we come back into details first this afternoon with the chairs and the secretaries, and afterwards we will, of course, present it external. Yes, we go on with the Technology Committee. Yes, we want to work on the road statistics because we have realized that in the world different statistics exist, and we want to check what are the best, because it's important to measure and to know what is our sector. And yes, we want, of course, further the regional groups, and I realize that there is one failing on the slide, and I apologize, but of course, CEDAR must be also from Europe on the slide. It's my fault, I didn't see it before. The next addresses 2 points, Calgary. and Prague that we saw, and one single word more. This is really what I wanted to say. Thank you all. Thank you for visiting us. Thank you for participating. Thank you indeed for your smiles, because your smile has made that I have a smile, and I go home tonight with an extraordinary feeling, happy, and let's think and build the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Van Rooten. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite His Excellency Dr. Abdullah Bilhaif Al-Naimi, Cabinet Member, Minister of Infrastructure Development in UAE, to deliver his closing remarks. Please join me in welcoming him to the stage.
The city calls me home.
In the beginning, let me thank you all for your attendance.
I would probably flip into English if you allow me to, and make 3 major remarks. The first one is the future. I remember the time when we were 4 years ago in Korea. So my remark would actually be going to our Czech friends, and maybe we can give them few words. When we came from Seoul, my team and I, we felt very much responsible for the task that we were taken. And we thought that Abu Dhabi would actually be the hub for the 2019 Congress. And at that time, when the slogan was accepted, we felt that connecting cultures and enabling economies is not an easy task. Today, I thought that the slogan is probably the best thing that we have done. We've seen people connecting here. We've seen people connecting not through roads, but through intellectual communication. And that communication made it a fact that Abu Dhabi succeeded to make the Congress as an added value to all of us, not only to PRIARC. So what I would like to say to our Czech friends, that organizing an event like this is probably not the easiest task, but with the culture, with the amount of the heritage that you have, the efforts that you actually made to be here today, I think it is going to be easy for you, and maybe easier than it was for us. So for you, thank you very much for taking the efforts to be here. And we hope that we meet in Prague in 4 years' time. For the present is my second remark. We've seen today, during this last week, people coming almost from all over the world and making Abu Dhabi as a destination. And we hope that we managed to welcome you. I remember the time when we were in Seoul trying to make efforts to convince the committee that we can make the Middle East a hub for you, and we can make Abu Dhabi a successful event. And I hope that we managed to do that. The team that had Thank you. Thank you. The team that had made all the efforts to make your life comfortable here in Abu Dhabi, they did that because they felt that this is a duty to welcome our guests in our country. So if there is anything that we couldn't do, please allow us to say that we missed it. We tried and tried and tried, and that was the effort that we could have done. And thank you for being patient in case we missed anything that we couldn't do. For the last remark is actually for our colleagues and people who came and accepted my invitation, our high-ranking ministers. I see you here today, and I saw many of you during the last few days. It's a personal thing. I should thank you for being patient with us and accepting my invitation to come to Abu Dhabi. And I hope that my team and I made enough effort to make your life comfortable in Abu Dhabi. I tried to meet all of you. Some of you I met here, and some of you I actually met in Dubai. But I wanted to make sure that your effort to come to Abu Dhabi worthwhile. And I hope that the slogan was enough to keep you connected with us and connected among each other. Over 45 ministers were here in 4 days. And with that, I think Abu Dhabi succeeded, and we were successful to put together all the efforts to serve the slogan that we proposed 4 years ago. Finally, I hope that this event was a success for PIARC, for our organizing team, and for the whole universe. Thank you very much for making Abu Dhabi a hub for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of the 2019 World Road Congress here in Abu Dhabi. It has a pleasure hosting you here this week, and I hope you take away a lot of special memories. I wish you all a very safe and pleasant journey home, and thank you for being here with us in the United Arab Emirates. Looking forward to seeing you in the near future, and goodbye.
Yeah, I like the kind of the ocean.